Padraig Madden from FRS joins us now. Padraig, Jim really highlights there the huge pressure that dairy farms are under at the moment to ensure that calving runs smoothly, which obviously takes up a lot of time and energy and organisation. Can you just give us an idea nationally what the labour situation is like on dairy farms at the moment?
Well, I suppose over the last number of years and this spring as well, labour has been the hot topic on dairy farms, and we have, I suppose, have seen fierce pressures there in the last number of springs. But there is pressure there this year, the same. But I think Mother Nature is after helping us greatly this year. We're after having a shorter winter, and the spring seems to have become favourable. We wouldn't say that last Sunday and a few days after, but yeah, look, I think that has helped. Yes, there are pressures there. Our offices are very busy at the moment trying to place people on farms. We have serviced a lot of people. There are other people that need to be serviced, but we're leaving no stone unturned to try and do that.
So where is FRS seeing the most demand at the moment? Where are the pinch points?
Well, it is the dairy sector, of course, and it's about having a skilled operator, and it's about having someone that's able to row in and do those jobs and work shoulder to shoulder with the farmer. The farmer is looking for someone to come in there that can support, be it calf rearing, at milking, at feeding. But look, we have come to the conclusion maybe at this stage where we try and break down those tasks for farmers, and we possibly could supply someone to do those individual jobs rather than maybe trying to find someone that can do all those jobs. Because labour has been very scarce, as we well know, over the last number of years, and to try and find people with all those skills has got harder. So we've had to try and think outside the box a little bit to see what we could do to help farms.
And Padraig, what kind of an impact does that have on the farm, on the farmer themselves, when there is that scarcity of labour? What kind of pressure are they put under?
Oh, look, it's multifaceted, really. The springtime of the year is so important to the dairy farm or the suckler farmer. Once cows are calving, the work, is long, it's hard. There's very little sleep to be got. It's a farmer's livelihood at the end of the day. It's so important to them, and we're trying to be there to support them as much as we possibly can. But as was seen there in the video, the farmer highlighted there, getting your yard organised is so important. But farmers need their sleep, and there's a health and safety issue there as well. If farmers don't have that support on the ground, it comes back on them all the time. And if they don't have that support and they don't get their sleep, it can break down on them. You'll have losses on the farm is one thing, but more importantly is their own health could suffer from it. And this is what leads to accidents, and health and safety is a very, very important issue.
And so how does the current situation compare to more recent years? Are you seeing improvements, or is it actually getting worse?
No, I think we are seeing improvements. There's no doubt about it. Like Farm Leave Services have never had as many operators on the ground as we do at the moment. We have over 1,500 operators working on the ground, and we're all the time seeking different avenues to try and find people. As I said earlier, Mother Nature has played its part this year. When you look at in comparison to last winter, we had a very hard winter. It was very long, it was cold, it was wet, it started earlier, and then we were hit with the big snowstorm that came in late February, early March. This year we've had a very much a dry winter. We've had great grass growth over the winter. Yes, the last few days have been a bit harder, but that would have helped greatly. No matter what occupation you're in, when you get up in the morning and you go out, whether it is getting into your car to go to work or whether it is going out to farm, if the weather is fine, it makes that job so much easier. And that has been the case for the last number of weeks since the calving season has started on the 1st of February.
Padraig, the Department of Business, Enterprise and Innovation last year launched the pilot working scheme for non-EEA workers to bring them into the agri sector. There were 50 positions allotted to the dairy sector, yet there was very slow uptake on those. They weren't fully taken up. Why was that?
Look, I suppose there's a number of issues in it. It's costly. Number one, it costs €1,000 for one of those permits. To source someone from outside of the EU is quite a task in itself. It takes quite a length of time to try and source those people, to vet those people, whether it is Skype calls, reference checks, police clearance certificates. This all takes time. Then, you know, there's a few little stumbling blocks as well. There's a 50-50 rule there on farm as well, where you can't have any more than 50% of your staff as non-EEA. So little things like that can stifle a farmer away from doing it themselves. We're working on it at the moment. We have a number of applicants going through the process. It takes a bit of time, you know, anything from 6 to 12 weeks to process the applications. We're in the middle of that at the moment, and I've been looking after that for, you know, the last 3, 4, 5 months, and it's a big job of work. By the time you get that application processed, you know, get the paperwork filled in, you know, and all the necessary attachments that goes with that.
Pádraig, Teagasc are looking to bring in 6,000 workers to the dairy sector over the next decade. How big of an issue is the seasonality of the sector, and what about rates of pay? Is that a problem that you're coming across?
Yes, seasonality is a big issue, naturally enough. From our point of view, you know, we're looking to source good people, but we're looking to retain people as well. You know, the springtime of the year, from, you know, the last week in January, first week in February, right through until the end of April is a huge busy time on farms. And the work can tend to taper off slightly after that. And sometimes it can be difficult to find work for people after that stage, when the thing, you know, cows get out to grass, calves are getting reared, and the pressure comes off of farm yards. So, you know, to place these people and keep them in work is vitally important for us, because retention is hugely important. And
just quickly, Pádraig, just on the rates of pay, is that a problem?
It is something we have to address. You know, we know the economy is going so well at the moment. There is competition out there from other sectors. We have seen that. People have, you know, from the last time we had a boom, a lot of people turned away from the agri sector and went towards, you know, construction and other type industries. But we have to look at it from our side. We have to address the rate situation. We have to put good conditions on farm for people to come, be attractive places to work, and for people to stay.
Pádraig, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much.